Now I'm putting back the forks together for the maintenance of the Honda GYRO. What I like to use is some extreme pressure, multi-duty, complex, high temperature grease. Now this comes in many forms, it's real cheap. But the point is that what you want to use is a high viscosity or a thick grease that does not, when it gets warm, break down and get real runny. And then I use a Q-tip, which you can buy. This gives you some pinpoint accuracy and doesn't get it all over your hands. And you want to put a little bit in the caps here. And then this is your secondary spring, which you want to put. You don't want to just get a whole lot of it on there, but you want to put enough on there to where friction isn't going to cause a problem. Because you're not going to see this after. And then what I do is I'll move this forward here, and I'll put a little bit down here. It's kind of cold in the shop, so it isn't working that well, but it's pretty thick. And then we'll go up here, and I'll put a little bit here, and then I'll run. You don't need to put any grease on this. Up here, this is where the bullet cap goes, and basically what this is a bumper. So there's a bolt where my finger is, and if the spring gets too, or the shock it bottoms out, the bumper will hit the bolt right here, which doesn't look like it's done. Then what we have is the spring, the upper primary spring goes right here, and this is the top of the fork right here. Now the upper spring should have some oil on it, but not a lot. You don't want to goop that crap on there, and less is more. So after I get this ready to go, and I can't do it with one hand, then what we have is our little clamp here, and I forget the name of it. It's a circlip, and what we use on it, so you just stick that back in there like that, no problem, is a circlip pliers. And what these do is you can take these apart, and they can, when you pull on the red handles, it can either take the circlip and compress it, or you can move this to the other side, and when you pull in, it widens it. Some circlips are different. You can get different size tips too. You can get little tips, smaller tips. You can get them in 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle. So I'll take the fork and put it back in, one fork, and then what we do is we'll take the circlip and compress it and put it up into the fork body, and then I'll slide the cap over it. And those should be done and maintenance free and ready to go. We have over here, this is what's called the fork body. Right here, this is the fork body. Now right in here is a indent all the way around that the circlip fits in, and that holds the whole fork unit in on both these. Then after I get the fork unit in, what I should do is rebuild the wheel, but my problem is that I have to repaint it before I rebuild it. So I'll get back here and do something else. And we're on our Honda GYRO 1985 rebuild and maintenance video series, and I hope any of you out there that have to use, have a gyro and you want to know how it's done visually instead of just with a book, then this may be the series for you. Okay, we continue.